Now, anger comes from a space of feeling unsafe. When you think about the flight, fight response to stress, usually it's because I'm not feeling okay, I'm not feeling safe, and so my system is going to produce adrenaline, which is going to keep me ready for action to protect myself from the perceived sense of danger. When you have grown up in a home where there was chaos all the time, what happens is your system usually becomes accustomed to staying in crisis mode, and over time you're going to develop anxiety, and anxiety is the fear of the unknown, the need to have control. And when you are losing that control, or you have no predictability, no consistency, you don't know what is going to happen, where you are going to go into is to an anger stage. The people around you are going to experience your high levels of frustration, anger, even sometimes rage. Why? Because you have been accustomed to feeling unsafe. And that is how you find people develop hypervigilance. They are constantly watching over their shoulder. They are constantly afraid. People develop phobias, like the fear of enclosed places, because they don't feel safe. If there is no escape, then I am not going to feel safe over there. All these things are usually triggered by us feeling unsafe when we were growing up. Some of us are usually, through some work and through sometimes even spiritual resources, we usually will develop a feeling of safety. If you are more outgoing, more aggressive, and you have anger issues, you are going to fight, you are going to have rage, and you are always ready for a fight. If you are not aggressive in that way, you become passive aggressive. You will turn your anger inside and you won't express it, but it is going to show up. Sometimes you develop high blood pressure, sometimes you might develop depression because of all this anger that you keep inside, because you don't feel free to express it. So if you experience a lot of feelings of being unsafe, again, you go into self-preservation, and you will experience either outward anger where you are aggressive towards others, or you turn that anger inside, which is what we might call passive aggression. And what will happen is that if you turn it inside, you can develop panic attacks, because that is a lot of negative energy that you have turned inward. And remember, because you are constantly on alert mode, then your body is going to be unable to manage that level of adrenaline in your body. And so what happens is that people begin to feel dizzy, people begin to feel like they can't breathe, and sometimes they faint. And it is because, again, the body has been triggered so much that it feels that it is unsafe, and it's unable to manage the high alert that they feel. So that is how people end up, they are not breathing very well, and so they will pass out because they have been triggered to feel so unsafe, and that feeling is very terrifying for them. So anger that is rooted in, when I was young, I was never allowed to speak up, or I internalized a lot of anger as a child, that can over time develop into anxiety disorders like a panic attack, PTSD, post-trauma stress, or even depression, where I constantly feel I am a victim of life. I'm a victim of others. I can't say no to people. I get so mad. I isolate myself, and I don't want to come out and speak out what is going on. And if I do, I usually react so badly that either I am ending up in a hospital, I'm ending up in the police station because I have assaulted somebody. It's very important. Again, if you have issues with anger, please make sure that you look back to your childhood and see whether these current situations are triggering unresolved issues of holding on to anger, or holding on to grief or betrayal feelings from from way back when you were a child. It is very beneficial for you to go back and look where you have been so that you can dump out what you don't need anymore. And now you can also unlearn some unhealthy coping mechanisms so that you can enjoy your life now and not carrying all this baggage that you have carried over the years. So I look forward to supporting you. Feel free to reach out to me, and I will be glad to walk with you as you figure out how to go through your life without any more baggage and deal with issues that have happened in the past. For in-depth information and a process on how to get your healing, look below here. We have a link, and we will be glad to support you, and you can always reach out to me for personalized work. Until next time, continue to live by design.